Good morning, students. So today we are going to start with the nature of management process. Okay, so actually what is a management process means, see Hima, in case of management, okay, here what happens means we will different kinds of business will be there. In all the business the process will be different, nothing but the management process will be different. Okay, why? Because here what happens means management totally it is related to the human, so one person can be think in one way, another person can be thinking in another way, so nothing but the process will be different, nothing but the management process will be different over here. So once you see over here, management is a process which brings the scarce human and material resources together and motivates people for the achievement of objectives of the organization. Management is not a one-time act but an ongoing series of interrelated activities. The sum total of these activities are known as management process. It consists of a set of interrelated operations or functions necessary to achieve desired organizational goals. A process is a systematic way of doing things. It is concerned with a conversion of inputs into outputs. An analysis of management process will enable us to know the functions which managers perform. So here, what is the meaning of this means, SEMA. So to achieve an objective or else to achieve a goal in an organization, compulsory as a manager, what he has to do, he has to motivate the workers. Okay, so here what happens means, in a management, nothing but to complete his goal, we will be having a different kinds of management process over there. Nothing but as a manager, he thinks that if suppose we are preparing a product. Okay, the product, first of all, for preparing the product, we should have a plan for it. So we have to follow that plan. That also comes as a process over here. Okay. So here I will give an example. If suppose we are preparing a books, let us think we are producing a books or we are manufacturing books, let us think. So here for preparing a books, what are required? How much of raw material is required? Okay, how much of raw material quantity is required for preparing 100 books? Yeah, 200 books. Okay, how the printing should be there? What is the papers? How much papers are required? Those all things are required. Nothing but before itself they have to plan. If before itself we are planning, what happens automatically, the planning what we have made, that will be in a process, and finally we will achieve the goal. So here what happens means, an analysis of management process will enable us to know the functions which managers perform. Nothing but before itself we have to analyze. Okay, next one, features of management process. So what are the features of management process or characteristics of management? See here, first one is social process. The entire management process is regarded as a social process, as a success of all organization efforts depends upon the willing cooperation of people. Managers guide, direct, influence and control the actions of others to achieve stated goals. Even people outside the organization are influenced by the actions of managers. So here what is the meaning of social process means, SEMA. So here to fulfill our goal or objective, first of all here what they have to means, there should be a coordination between the people. Nothing but the manager has to coordinate with the subordinates. Those all things should be there. So why that the manager, he has to guide his subordinates, he has to influence them, he has to motivate them. So in which way he has to motivate them? Finally he has to make them to do the work. Okay, make them to do the work efficiently. So by doing this, what happens means automatically they will achieve the goal. So for the achievement of goal, total it lies on the managers only. That is the social process. Next, continuous process. So continuous process means, SEMA here, the process of management is ongoing and continuous. Managers continuously take up one or other function. Management cycle is repeated over and over again. Each managerial function is viewed as a sub-process of total management function. So here what happens means, in case of business organizations, the management will be continued. So if suppose today they have today they have produced the 100 books means again for the tomorrow they should be ready. Nothing but if suppose they want to change any product, they want to make any changes in the product, so then what they have to do, they regularly they have to make a changes. Okay, so here what happens means even the management, what happens means even in a management also there will be a regular changes. Okay, next one, universal. So what is the meaning of universal? See here, management functions are universal in the sense that a manager has to perform them irrespective of the size and nature of the organization. Each manager performs the same functions regardless of his rank or position in the organization. Even in a non-business organization also managerial functions are the same. So why here management it is called as a universal? Because in all the fields, from home you take, schools you take, college, universities you take, colleges you take, hospitals you take, okay, any if in business, so in each and everything, nothing but in all the fields compulsory we should have a management. So we don't know that whether they are doing management or not, but in all the fields we have a management. So that's what he is saying means in case management lies in all the things. If not only we have to see here whether it is a small scale or large scale or thing, but in each one, in anywhere, everywhere, okay, compulsory there will be having a management. That's why management is called as a universal. Next, iterative. So here what is the meaning of UCMA? Managerial functions are concerned within each other. The performance of the next function does not start only when the earlier function is finished. Various functions are taken together. For example, planning, organizing, directing and controlling may occur within the staffing function. Okay, similarly organizing may require planning, directing and controlling. So all the functions can be thought as a sub-functions of each other. So here what is the meaning of iterative means? CMA here. So here in a management here what happens means they won't only start with the one nothing but simultaneously, if one is finishing with one itself, simultaneously they will be going through the other. So here what are those means? If suppose they have started with the planning, they have made a planning, with planning what they have to do, next organizing, next directing, controlling, so everything will go one by one, that is called interactive. Next, iterative. Composite. So all managerial functions are composite and integrated. There cannot be any sequence which can be strictly followed for performing various functions. The sequential concept may be true in a newly started business where functions may follow a particular sequence, but the same will not apply to the going concern. Any function may be taken up first or many functions may be taken up at the same time. So what is a composite here? Nothing but see here, if in an organization we have started, okay. So here what happens means in an organization we will be having different functions over there we will be having. So here what happens means one function will be interrelated to the other. If suppose we have started a new business, so first of all what we will do, we will start with one function, later on with that we will